Look, if your beats sound like everybody else's, then your mixes are just a copy and paste of the latest trends, and you're not building a career. You know what I'm saying? You are building a life in quicksand. Every great producer in history has one thing in common. They have their own identity. And what I want to do in this video is I want to talk about why it's important. You feel what I'm saying? As we are dedicated to mastering the gear and the grind, so I gotta get real. Gear, plug-in, skills, they are just tools. You feel what I'm saying? Look, your identity is the thing that separates you from the super endless ocean of content creators, of producers, of beat makers who are out in this world. You feel what I'm saying? Without your own identity, you're just replaceable. But with your identity, you are not replaceable at all. You are unforgettable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Think about Timbaland. Think about Pharrell, Metro Boomin. Think about all the individuals that you say, oh man, I like this guy, Just Blake. You know, they evolved with time. But they had this signature sound, this signature vibe, and it never disappoints you. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you hear that beat, you like, oh man, you know what? You don't need to look at the credits of an album. Do people even look at credits of albums anymore? You know what I'm saying? I'm a person that come from the tape and the CD era. You feel what I'm saying? So I always look at the credits. I always do the research. I always do the Googles to see who did what. You feel what I'm saying? But with the individuals who had their own signature sound, I already knew. I said, that sound like a Timbaland beat. That sound like Swiss Beats right there. You feel what I'm saying? You just know who made it because they got an identity. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? A lot of producers, especially in this day and time, they're chasing the wave instead of becoming the wave. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what I need you to do. If your sound is built on copying whatever is hot right now, then you are a ticking time bomb getting ready to run out of time. You feel what I'm saying? Because when the trend die, your brand has to regroup or it's gonna die too. You feel what I'm saying? Identity is your career foundation. It's what keeps you relevant. It's what makes it where you can stay in whatever wave. Because when their wave changes, guess what? You got a signature sound. You feel what I'm saying? You got a signature brand, and I'm telling you, identity is more than just sound. That's your fingerprint. You know what I'm saying? The way you program drums, you know, the melodies that you choose, your texture, the chords that you really love and resonate with you. You feel what I'm saying? Your mixing style. That's your brand's DNA. And when people can recognize your work, that's how you become powerful in this crazy market. Man, there's a lot of copycats out here. You know, there's a lot of individuals, they do not know how to be original. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say is that copying other individuals, it gets you short-term attention. Yes, it does. But if you're always doing that, then guess what you're doing? You are putting yourself in somebody else's lane every single time. But if you create your own identity, you create your own lane, then guess what? You don't have to wait, you know what I'm saying, for whatever somebody else is doing and just to look at what they doing. Nah, you just build your own meal at your own table. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, man, identity creates a connection with individuals within your community. You know, whether it's a fan or a upcoming producer, people want to connect with your authenticity. You feel what I'm saying? You got a unique sound. You got a unique personality. You feel what I'm saying? You got the power to tell your story through your fingers that really originated in your mind. You feel what I'm saying? You know, there are so many artists of today's time and from back in the day. They know what they getting when they work with you or when they hear your sound. They know what's up. I know what's up when I'm dealing with Split Decision over here. You feel what I'm saying? This dude, he got a crazy personality. He always gonna be talking to me. He always gonna try to deliver more than what I ask him for. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? And music is supposed to make you feel like, yo, I can do anything. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you just want that, build that connection. You're trying to build that loyalty. You're trying to build that brand awareness. You feel what I'm saying? So then you might be asking yourself, how in the world do I even develop my own signature sound? How do I develop my own identity? Look, man, I ain't got all the answers to your test. It's your test. But I'm just telling you, I'm giving you the cheat sheet. You feel what I'm saying? Look, you're going to have to experiment consistently and constantly. You're going to have to think about different genres. You're going to have to blend genres. You're going to have to push the boundaries. You're going to take risks in this beat making community. You feel what I'm saying? And then what you're going to do, you're just like a scientist. You're going to document that process. You feel what I'm saying? So you're going to have to look for the patterns that people really resonate with. You feel what I'm saying? Look, you're going to own your own imperfection. You know, there are different times where you see the quirks or the weaknesses in your own beats, right? You can listen to your own sound over and over on different speakers, right? And you can just hear what makes your sound unique. And if you can't, then guess what? That's what you need to do first. What makes you who you are? You need to find your signature sound, because if you can do that, that becomes your superpower. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why I want you, the whole purpose of this video is to encourage you to lean into your own identity. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you do that, a couple of different things happen. You stop chasing the trends, you know what I'm saying? And you start attracting individuals who are loyal to who you are as an individual. You feel what I'm saying? And you position yourself as a brand ambassador of your sound. You're not just a beat maker. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, you are shifting your mindset from being replaceable to being unforgettable. And that's what turns you into legendary. You feel what I'm saying? So I got a question for you. What's the one thing in your sound that makes you unique? Drop it in the comment section. And look, man, don't just say my 808, you know, the 808. Look, my 808s. Just be super specific. You feel what I'm saying? Look, let's build a community of producers who are serious about standing out. You understand? All my MPC warriors. Look, man, the world is full of clones. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, I strongly believe that originality, that's your superpower. You feel what I'm saying? That's your currency. You feel what I'm saying? Don't just be another producer. You know what I'm saying? Be the producer that nobody else can copy. You understand what I'm saying? You craft your sound. You create your vibe. You create your content, and you do it like nobody else do it. You feel what I'm saying? You create your story, and you make sure that story is undeniable. Man, shouts out to AZ. Man, he had this undeniable song. Come on, you know you like that song. You know, come on, quick play it. If not, look up AZ Undeniable. Man, shouts out to Queensbridge, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, look up that song right there, you know what I'm saying? Just popped up in my brain when I said undeniable, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is this, man. In the end, man, all you got is your identity. You know what I'm saying? Your identity is a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just a part of the game. That's the game right there. You know what I'm saying? That's your game. It's what makes you who you are. So I need to encourage you, if I can do anything, to just become who you really want to be. Subscribe to the channel. Talk to you later. Split decision. Peace.
Studio Live II. StudioLive10x.com